This is W2FJH bringing up the STNY Digital Voice Net. I'm Master Talker 31367, Wires X Room 83721, and live stream to Google Meet, YouTube, and Discord. The primary purpose of the STNY Digital Voice Net is to foster an active digital voice community in the southern tier of New York and to provide a forum for those who are interested or have questions regarding various digital voice topics. While this net is primarily for the southern tier, all stations are more than welcome to check in. This net meets weekly on Sundays at 7 p.m. For more information about this net, please visit STNYDMR.net. This net will prioritize short-time, mobile, in and out, or emergency power stations. We currently do have 4 other stations besides myself checked in this evening. So the net would like to recognize K3BYC Carlton, N2LXV James, N3OJP Mick, and N2QFD Mail. All right, when checking in, please give your call sign, your name, and your location. So let's first take a standby for any stations that are short time, mobile, in and out, or emergency power. Please call out.
KW4U, King William 4 uniform, in and out, with no traffic on a Memorial Day weekend.
Right, and we have KW4U John stopping by this evening. Thanks for stopping by, John, and checking in. So, all right, let's open up for any and all stations that would like to check into the STNY Digital Voice Net this evening. Please call now.
This is NE2W checking in. N3DQD, Ray, Beaver, Pennsylvania.
All right, you guys left me in suspense. I was about to key up to hearing nothing, but we do have NE2W Ed and N3DQD Ray. Were there any other stations to join this evening? Please call now. All right, I guess we will kick things off then. If there's any announcements for the net this evening, please call now. All right, nothing heard there. I did just have one announcement. I did make this announcement last week, but the STNY net control schedule is posted. There is a link on 7.3, but to all the previous net control stations, please feel free to fill in any days you think you might be able to pick up the net. Anyone else that would like to be net control, please let me know. Brittany will be 35 weeks along this week, so I'm just anticipating any day could be go time. So it'd be nice if we can fill in that schedule. So, and thanks everybody for volunteering to run that control. So, all right. Also wanted to mention we did have K2WGK Bill checking in, hanging out this evening as well. So, all right, moving in with questions. If there's any questions for the net this evening, please call out. Neither, so we will move in for comments there. The net topic this evening was a simple one. I do apologize. A few net topics I've been both in here. Been pretty busy, so they've been pretty lax there. Not too technical, but any Memorial Day plans for tomorrow? So should be a nice light topic this evening. So all right, we will get to our short time station and 30JP. Mick, how was your week?
Ah, thanks, Frank. Thanks for picking me up early. Week is not so good. Things have been a little hectic lately, and my Sunday nights have seemed to have been tied up for a variety of reasons. Some pleasant, some not. Some actually pretty good, but it's varied. I saw the roster for the sign up, Frank. I'll do that. I'll put my name in there in a couple places here, but I do have to go. I finally made it to Chautauqua, the cottage, and some people want to see me tonight at 7, so I got to get over there. So I apologize. I can't get into the rotation here and hear everybody. But yeah, there's just been some stuff going on. Also, in a few moments that I did have, 6 meters has been open, especially when the sun's out. I actually worked southern Alabama from my home in Pennsylvania. And towards the evening on 17 meters, you'll get openings into Europe for those of you that are interested. But I got to run, Frank. Um, like I say, I'll put my name on the log in a few Sundays. I think things are going to get better here, and that's about all I got. I'll say hello to everybody on the net. W2FJH and 30JP. Good evening.
Hey, thanks there, Mick, and yeah, hopefully the hecticness dies down a bit there. But yeah, I know summer times are busy, and I do appreciate you taking the time to volunteer and run that control. So I know for myself, I'll have my hands very busy in a few weeks here. So all right, we'll top out at the top of the list now at K3 BYC Carlton. How was your week?
This is K3BYC, Carlton and Darlington, Maryland. Good evening, Frank, and good evening to everyone who's checked in. And best wishes, Frank, on the upcoming addition to the family there. Um, so I know everything will go well. Um, as far as, well, I think for almost everyone here, it's been the change of the weather. We go from shorts and t-shirts, 90 degrees, upper 90s, to going back to almost winter mode and change of wardrobe, plus a lot of rain. I mean, we had a lot last night, overnight. Uh, Lightened up during the day today. We're going to have about a 77% chance of it tomorrow. So the plans are basically we won't be doing cookouts because it's definitely going to be raining down. So I get together with my son and his kids actually for breakfast tomorrow, and then with my daughter and her kids uh, for the afternoon there. So always family there. I'm going to reset. for any of you who may have gone to Dayton, I hope you found it interesting and maybe you bought some new toys. I was looking on YouTube and I noticed John Cook from Yazoo was talking about and demonstrating the new Yazoo System Fusion 3. And for those who are into Fusion, you know that there are two, Fusion 1 and Fusion 2 are out there. One new feature which kind of stood out to me of the Fusion 3 would be what's called interference evasion, where if you do have a problem, uh, you can change your input frequency on the fly and do it to everybody in your system with the compatible updated radios. So I'm curious as to how that will work out. And I know for the three different systems, if you haven't updated your firmware on the older radios, you won't match in with that. And some repeaters, some clubs don't change their repeaters. So if they've got an old repeater, that the basics will work. They're compatible, but some of the newer features won't work. So I'm curious as to how that will work. And of course, on top of that, some repeaters will use an MMDVM board to even get the Fusion without using a native Fusion repeater. So I noticed a few things that I wonder about, but I applaud Yazoo for making the effort. That's all I have for now. Everybody have a great Memorial Day weekend, and remember the veterans there. This is K3BYC. Back to Net Control.
Hey, very good there, Carlton. And yeah, the engineer in me is coming out, and I'm like, wait a minute, you can't do that. That's a security violation. Like to be changing somebody else's radio frequency remotely on the fly without them giving any sort of consent. But yeah, I'd have to look into the details, I guess, as to how they're doing that. But yeah, that almost seems like there could be some security vulnerabilities, some malicious intent and intentionally interfering. But yeah, I don't know the details of it, but yeah. So very good there, Carlton. I'm glad you got some plans to spend some time with the family and everything tomorrow. So very good. And yes, the weather. Oh my goodness, 95 degrees on Monday and Tuesday, and then I go to pick up a grocery order, and I'm wearing a hoodie because it's cold out and it's cold and raining out. So yeah, we just got all the seasons in 1 week here. Other than I'm just glad we didn't get any of the dreaded S word. So we didn't get any of that. So very good. So, all right, we'll move on down to N2LXV. James, how was your week?
Well, my week has been pretty uneventful here in Tappahannock, Virginia, which is a little bit north of Richmond. Originally from Chautauqua County, and that's where I'm born and raised. And I chased a daughter and, most importantly, a grandson down here. And our weather has been very similar. You're in shorts one day and winter coats the next. It just won't settle down. The challenge here is for the growers. It's big corn and soybeans, and they can't get the seeds in the ground. It's too dry for all things considered. And I'll turn it back to you and to LXV.
Hey, very good there, James. And yeah, thanks for stopping by. That I believe, as you said, you were new to DMR here, and probably new to this net, or at least the call sign wasn't ringing a bell. So, and I did say this in the intro, but just so you know, there is a lot more information if you wanted to see. You weren't able to catch the net sometime, but you did have your phone or something nearby. We do also broadcast out to YouTube and things like that. All of the links and more information about that, it's on STNY, Sierra Tango November Yankee DMR.net, STNYDMR.net. All the information's out there for all the links, and even if you're having technical difficulties and weren't able to connect, you could always join our Google Meet meeting, and we could help you out after the net there. So thanks for stopping by. So, All right. We did have N3OJP, Mick. He was short time, so we will skip on over to N2QFD now. How was your week?
Good evening, Frank. Good evening to the net. It was a pretty good week here. As is normal, it's been kind of wet. Friends up in the Rochester area, we've been laughing about how they're going to have to get into saturation diving to mow their lawns. And I don't remember who it was who's in the usual suspects here. I know we have one station that loves coincidence on the radio. So I thought I'd pass along that I was chatting on DMR with a N2LBT over on the Adirondack talk group 31363. And coincidentally, it turns out we both ended up going to Elmira College. He said, I did 4 years in Elmira, and I said to him, boy, I hope it was at the college and not the reformatory. And what are the odds, huh? Ham radio, it's a small world. Been doing a lot of JS8 call this weekend, made a good handful of contacts on there, and decided to finally learn the mode a little better. Other than that, it's been kind of a quiet Memorial Day weekend, and we'll see what tomorrow brings. Hopefully, a touch of sunshine. This is N2QFD. Back to that.
Hey, very good there, Malin. Yeah, last time I checked, the weatherman said it was supposed to be nicer tomorrow, but it seems like anymore. Every time you check the weather, it's gonna be different. So, and yeah, I think that's Paul, N2NCB, that always mentions the coincidences. So I don't see him on the net this evening, but I'll try to make a mental note that next time I see him on the net, I'll have to have you mention that to him. So very good there. Right. We did have KW for you, but he has checked in and out this evening. Thanks for stopping by there, John. So we will move on down to NE2W. Ed, how was your week?
Hey, very good evening, Frank, and everybody on the net this evening. I had a good week. Turns out the holiday gave us Friday off, so we were able to uh, use Friday, where the weather was beautiful, to take a trip down to Wyalusing, PA, and visit with family at the Grovedale Winery and Vineyard there. Had a good time spending the day there, and not much else with this weather we've got. But won't hold it. I got your note about the radios, and what happens is when I travel, I use my Droid Star, and sometimes I have my iPhone, and sometimes I have my Android, and I'm not sure. I've had more drop packets, I think, with the iPhone, where the Android seems to hold it real good. Sometime we'll have to do a test. But anyway, back to you, Frank. This is NE2W.
Hey, thanks, sir. Ed. Yeah, I was just a bit concerned because it was I think it was 2 weeks in a row there that you were coming in, but then I couldn't make out anything you were saying. And I know that you travel back and forth sometimes, and I just didn't know if we could just happen to get you 2 weeks in a bad spot, or if you were actually at home using your hotspot and something was off there. So I just want to try to help, see if you need any help getting back on the airwaves again. But yeah, it kind of just sounds like the iPhone definitely. If that's what you were using the last 2 weeks that you were using I couldn't make out anything you were saying. So I guess for now stick with the Android until we figure out a solution. So very good. All right, this is WTLJH with the STNY Digital VoiceNet. Before we get to my next station, let me take a quick standby to see if there's additional stations out there that would like to check in. I do have 83O Denny. He checked in through NetLogger, but let's see if there's anybody else. Please call him now.
It's W2TXD.
All right, and we have W2TSB Jerry. All right, so moving on down to N3DQD. Ray, how was your week?
Yeah, W2FJH and then that N3DQD. Well, we had a pretty good week here. Pretty busy week, and this next week and the week after are also going to be busy. I was kind of hoping that Anna might check in. She's away, but I have our node set up that she can call on repeater phone and connect in to whatever we're connected to with the node. So she must have been a little busy or so and couldn't do that. But it's been a pretty good week. We did have our test run for the nuclear power station drill, which is going to be on June the 9th. And essentially what we did was just check the communications options from our assigned localized EOCs. And that all went pretty well. As far as the weekend and tomorrow is concerned, we had our picnic here in the building today. So tomorrow's not going to have too much going on, but we did have a real nice get-together today in our community room and had a lot of picnic food and good fellowship down there. Back to that. This is N3DQD.
Hey, very good there, Ray. And yeah, as I mentioned before, yeah, it's the summertime in the future, everybody. It's pretty busy around here. But things are going well with the nuclear power station drill there. And yeah, good you got some get together time today, if not tomorrow. So very good. All right. We didn't have K2WGK, but he was checked in and out this evening. So we will move on down to AD30. And just a quick mention, in case you didn't catch it there, Denny, the night topic this evening was any Memorial Day plans for tomorrow. So very light topic. We'll hand it over to you.
W2FJH in the net 83L. Good evening, Frank and everybody. We've been back about a week. We got back last Saturday, so I've been slowly putting everything back together. I've got my HF antenna came down during the winter, and I put another one up this afternoon. And it looks like it's going to work okay. I'm a little disappointed. I got it out of an estate, and it was a really very well made G5 RV, but it looks like it's a 40 meter version. I was kind of hoping it was 80, but it did look a little bit short, but oh well. But it's really nicely built, so at least we got something to get back up on the air with. No Memorial Day plans. We had the big feed today. My son did a beef brisket overnight, and it was probably the best I've ever had. It was excellent. So that's it from here. W2FJH and Annette 830.
Hey, sounds good there, Denny. And yeah, glad again you got to spend some time with the sun and yeah, you get the 40 meter antenna at least in the air and up and running. All right, we'll move on down to W2TXB. Jerry, how's your week?
Well, not too bad. Not a bad week at all by any means. Was out camping Bay Area for a few nights, maiden voyage with a new camper, and it worked out beautifully. Absolutely no problems, not even any issues really. It's looking pretty good so far. Got one thing we're going to have taken care of on it that we expected, but that's okay. That was expected before the trip. But everything worked well. Had great weather. A little bit of rain one night at about 11 p.m., and then the rest was gorgeous, although a bit windy. Right there on the edge of the St. Lawrence River. It was kind of nice. And been playing around here all weekend doing little projects and fixing stuff. And tomorrow's going to be, I think, more of the same. I was maybe going to take a run down to Horseheads in the morning, but I don't know if I'm going to do that or not. Have to see what develops. Anyway, nothing else here. Back to you. W2TXB.
Hey, very good there, Jerry. Glad everything's working out with the camper there. I remember, geez, I thought it was last week. Sometimes the weeks kind of blur in together there. But I remember a week or two ago, you were mentioning that you were concerned there might be some problems. So glad everything's working out beautifully there. So very good. All right, this is W2FJH with the STNY Digital Voice, and I have reached the end of my list. So let's see if there's any additional stations out there that would like to check in this evening. Please call now.
Whiskey 2, Mike X-ray.
All right, and we have Whiskey 2 Mike X-ray, Bill. Just to reiterate again, I'm not sure if you heard the net topic, but we were just having an easy one. Any Memorial Day plans for tomorrow? So you're next on my list. Fire away there.
FJH, Frank, and everybody on the net. Bill here, just outside of Painted Post in Gang Mills. No major plans this weekend, kind of relaxing and just taking the time away from work, which is nice. Having some coffee here on the deck and grilling a steak up. I do have a sweatshirt on, which this is not a typical Memorial Day, as I recall, of years past. But I think you mentioned earlier all the seasons. We've kind of skipped summer, went right back into fall. I was telling my wife it's almost like a November day. But also to, I think it was Malachi on earlier, who's not too far from me. I'm on JS8 too. Really like the mode a lot. Been on it for a number of years. And you'll find me beaconing right now on 60 meters, and I'll probably go down to 80 meters for this evening. And during the day, I get on JS8 up around, I let it beacon usually on 20 meters. So hope everybody has a good week, good rest of the holiday weekend here. And 73 to everybody on the net. Whiskey 2, Mike X-ray.
Hey, very good there, Bill. Not a bad way to spend the evening with coffee and a steak, right? Very good there. All right, this is W2FJH with the STNY Digital Voice Net. I have once again reached the end of my list, so let's take another standby to see if there's any additional stations out there that I'd like to check in this evening. Let's call them now. All right, nothing heard there, so let's open it up for any additional stations or any stations that have checked in with additional comments, questions, or concerns. Please call now. All right, here nothing then. We might as well wrap things up here. I'd like to thank Carlton, James, Mick, Mal, John, Ed, Ray, Bill, Denny, Jerry, and Bill too for joining me this evening. We'll be returning this talk group back to normal amateur radio use. Everybody have a great and safe week there, and happy Memorial Day. This is W2FGH, and I'll be listening.